Thank you very much for that kind introduction. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. It certainly is a pleasure to be with you today. You are correct. HIC is a very large operation. It's extremely large. To give you an idea, we operate about 27 million square feet of facility. When I heard about the $200 a gallon oil, or not a gallon barrel of oil, I can just imagine what our electric bill will be a year or two from now, as we have to heat and light and cool 27 million square feet of facility. We already spend about $43 million in electricity every year in operating our facilities. We operate over 800 bus routes every single day. Over $12 million miles annually in running our buses. So as you can imagine, energy conservation is something that's really, really important to our school district. It's important not only for the energy savings and the savings of money, but really for the quality of life for our children and the comfort level for our young people. Before I get started, I'd like to recognize one of our trustees that's here. Harvin Moore is our first vice president in our school board. And the reason I want to recognize him is Harvin has really been a champion on the board in promoting our efforts in ensuring that we build green schools and we have a high level of energy conservation throughout the system. So anyway, we want to recognize Harvin. Thanks for being here, Harvin. But I'm here today to talk a little bit about our experience in building green schools. In one way, our experience with building green schools doesn't go back very far. We actually began in 2005 with 2 pilot schools, and we decided that these 2 schools would become LEED certified schools. But in another way, our experience with building green schools really goes back more than 150 years. It goes back to Walden Pond, back to the federal legislation that made Yellowstone the world's first official national park. In short, back to the very beginnings of America's love affair with nature and planet Earth. For a long time, the kinds of people who would want to build green schools were dismissed as impractical idealists. During my generation, they were called hippies, tree huggers. But I'm glad to say that those days are gone. Today, millions of Americans are demanding cars that use less gas and produce less pollution. Homeowners and even big factories are putting solar panels on their roofs to cut down on their use of electricity. Families all over the nation are recycling. Countries around the world are working together to combat global warming and protect the planet's water and air. And school districts like HISD are beginning to build green schools. Why are HISD and other school districts throughout the nation building green schools? Even though they may initially cost a little bit more, because they are better for our students, they're better for our employees and our taxpayers and our community. They're better for our students because studies have shown that students do better in schools with lots of daylight and fresh air that doesn't irritate students that may have asthma or other breathing problems. And of course, they are also better for our teachers and our employees. Green buildings can actually be teaching tools that teachers can use to teach students about their interrelationship with man and nature. And employees are much more productive in positive environments, buildings with good air quality and temperature control. In addition, green schools are better for our taxpayers because they cost less to run. And that gives us the opportunity to redirect our resources for our main mission of educating young people. School districts do everything possible to spend taxpayers' money as cost effectively as possible. This means that we look at the bottom line both now and far into the future. We are starting to build green schools because they make a lot of sense and they are a great investment in the future of our community. Green schools may cost a little more, as I stated, initially to build, but in the long run, they actually save us money and are much better and kinder to the environment. As Walnut Bend Elementary School has shown us, principals can use the school's green status as a major selling point in marketing their campus and recruiting students including those who go to private schools. We built Ruby Thompson and Walnut Bend Elementary Schools as test cases, pilots if you would, to learn how to build schools that could meet all the criteria for LEED certification. And building Thompson and Walnut Bend was a great experience, and we are now committed to making every single new school in HISD a green school. I'm proud that every new school we build from now on will be, we will be able to earn the LEED certification. And I say that not just because the seal of approval is always a nice bonus, but as superintendent of the largest district in the state, I'm glad that all of our future construction projects will be financially responsible as well as environmentally responsible. Houston's newest schools will have lower lighting, heating, and water bills. They will cost less to operate and to maintain. They will have improved air quality. They will be made with recycled materials and locally produced materials that don't have to be brought across country with gas-guzzling 18-wheelers. And they will be better places to learn and to work thanks to attractive, airy interiors with lots of daylight. One of the things I was asked to talk a little bit about was what kind of feedback HISD has received concerning our LEED certified schools. And frankly, Thompson and Walnut Bend are, while they may be beautiful campuses, and I know that students, parents, staffs, and communities are very pleased with their new facilities, they are relatively new schools. And so not much feedback has been received yet. However, many Houstonians have asked HISD to join the City of Houston, the Houston Community College System, in committing to building green buildings. So I'm very confident that green schools is a concept that our community will strongly embrace. In 2005, HISD became the very first urban district in the state to commit to full implementation of LEED certified schools with these two pilots. Thompson and Walnut Bend schools were the very first HISD schools built to green standards, but they definitely will not be our last. As most of you know, HISD was successful in the fall and passed an $805 million bond issue that proposes to build 24 brand new schools. And I can commit to you, and I know that our board commits, that all 24 of these new schools that will be built over the next several years will be LEED certified schools. A key part of that proposal, of course, was the commitment to building those schools that would to LEED certification. HISD is actually reviewing this construction design standards so that they can be revised to meet these LEED standards. We will also be selecting consultants who are knowledgeable about LEED standards and processes. So as you can see, HISD has definitely embraced the concept of green schools. And HISD is leading the parade, not just marching in it. HISD is, again, the largest district in the state and also the seventh largest in the country. We are determined to prove that even the largest urban districts in the state and in the nation can and should build beautiful schools that save money as well as save our environment. We want building green to be the construction philosophy in every single community in our nation. With the help of educational efforts like this Symposium, I know that we can make that happen. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Dr. Saavedra.